Hey, cuties. Happy Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I'm over here looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from blowing my nose so much. But thank you guys for joining me for this Friday evening Hot Topics, Power Hour, Open Topics, Open Panel, all of the above. But I do want to go up and say some hellos. If you guys don't mind, please hit the like button for me. And we're going to get started once I say some hellos. I'm still drinking tea. A whole hot mess. What a waste of vacation days, okay? But hey, Linda Gambo, good evening. Good evening, Kashori B. How are ya? Hey, sis. Thanks so much. I wish, hope, and pray the same for you. I hope you enjoyed the family. The fabulous Linda Greer. Happy Friday. Okay. You're in luck. I was going to have a members only live today, but I want to kick it, and I know I can't do a lot of hours, so I canceled it. Hopefully by Monday or so, we will be ready for members only. I wanted to have some fun tonight too, so we'll still do that. Hey, I am blessed, Pecan Pam. How are you? Hey, Betty. And hello to all of the Cutie Crew members. Betty in the house, Fifi in the house, Miss Lady, Juan Davis. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's be clear. Oh no, let's be clear. Got you too? Girl, I don't know what this mess is. This is 1 week. I got sick last Friday and it's still not completely gone. Hello, Monica. Hey, Neva S. How are you? Hey, Teresa. Thanks. We shall talk about it. Hit the link when I drop it a little later, things. Let me know your thoughts on it. Um, Let me know. We shall see. It's definitely on the docket. Hey, SKR. Teresa Wright, did I get you? I think so. Let's see. Hey, Reen Bass. All right, all right. Let's see. Fifi, I think I got you. Let's see. Thank you, sis. To my mods, I got something for you guys within the next day or so. I meant to do it earlier this week, but you guys know I appreciate you. Hello, Eve. How are you? Hey, Cheryl Canada. Good evening. Happy Friday. Hey, Ethia. Hey, Jacqueline from Maryland. Jacqueline, I wish I was your way to get some of them crabs, child. I want to make a trip that way just for that purpose alone. Hey, Tyra. How are you, sis? I hope you're feeling well. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Rose. Hey, Tanisha. Again, shout out to the cutie crew. Hey, girl. Hey, Mama V. Hey, Tyler and Simon. G Mom. Hi, Ann. How are you? Okay, Valerie Owens. I'll say 80% now. Still a little congested. Um, but much better. I thought I was gonna have to go to urgent care or something like that if it didn't start to clear up. So it's clearing up, and maybe if I stay in the house, that will help as well. But I've been out in these streets doing a little shopping. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hi, Kathleen from Kelly. Hey, Sunshine Rays. Yes, happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody. Thank you, baby girl. I feel better. I just made me some Theraflu. I wanted to make a hottie toddy, but if I would have done that and tried to come and talk to you guys, that would have lasted all of 10 minutes. I would have been out of there by the time I got finished saying hello. But thank you so much. I sound better. I'm glad because I was sounding like a whole Negro out in these streets. Okay. Hey, Rose. Hi, Jackie Johnson. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We got my little sis trending. Oh, trending. I'm able to hold it again. Almost. Thanks for joining me, trending. Trending. I gotta go check your video out. I saw your thumbnail when I just posted on the community wall about Montez Holt, child. If you guys didn't see Trending's video, make sure to go check it out. I'm gonna check it out after this live. Thank you, Honesty. I appreciate it. Same to you. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed. As I mentioned, you guys know I am solo dolo. I cooked and I got a lot of leftovers. But I ate the day before Thanksgiving and yesterday. That was enough for me. I can only do 2 days of food, but I did speak with my family, got reconnected with a niece. Her and I don't want to say had some type of issue. It was something going on, child. It wasn't my fault. But anyway, she went to visit my brother with her baby, and we spoke yesterday, so I was happy about that. And yeah, I was sad I didn't make that trip. Hey, you too cute. Hey, Sylvia. If you guys didn't hit the like button, please hit the like button. We're going to get started in a couple more minutes. Thank you to my cutie moms that's in the building. Is LaDawn here? Because LaDawn, I'm going to have to mod you up once I see you with your members only badge, because I had modded up another LaDawn. Guirl, you said you got to try turmeric, cayenne pepper, hot water, and honey. Okay, I got all of that. All of that. I'll try it. Maybe it'll be tomorrow, because I think when I get finished with this live, I am gonna have a hottie toddy. But I'll definitely try it. Let me put that turmeric. Hold on. Cayenne and honey and hot water. All right. Thank you. Hello, Sherry Morris. You're not feeling well either? OMG. I'm sorry to hear that. I thank you for joining me. And I hate that you feel miserable. I hate to say I could relate. This has been a doozy. Okay? So I hope you feel better. I really, really do. All right, we getting down to the bottom. Hey, just listening. Hello, Miss Linda. Rose, I got you. Red Ann in the building. Hey, Red Ann. Angela Richardson. Thank you. I'm getting there. I am. Now my nose was much clearer before I started talking. Is Deshonda here? Because I probably shouldn't be using this mess. This is the soon-to-be ex's fluticasone nasal spray. Child, I've been doing this too. And I probably shouldn't have. I just did it before this live. But anyway, let me go ahead and get through this list. I think I got everybody. Hey, Kelly Ways. Hello, hello. Hey, Jesse Bradley. Lewis. All right. Bravo Addiction is in the building. Thanks for joining us. And I think I'm down to the bottom. Hey, Basham. Hey, Cookie from the Chi Town. Represent. Louise is here. Hey, Louise. Okay, I got this generic music playing. Ciao. Montez is can't get right and down bad. Lord have mercy. Ooh, ciao. Something about them hopes. Hey, Miss Tina. Hello, Aries 66. I can't wait to check it out though. Trending. A mess. To any of the content creators that are listening or that are in this live, hey Tawana. Hello, Kathleen. I do have ginger tea. I have oh my God, I'm hooked on it. It's called Polkas. And oh, let me put that on my board too because they got two different kinds. They have the ginger mixed with turmeric, and then I have the ginger left, but the ginger mixed with turmeric is really good too. So I'm gonna order some more. But anyway, I was saying, any content creators, hey Mildred, hey, let me get down to the bottom because I don't want to miss anybody. Jacqueline Harrison, they are, yeah, I know. But I want to come that way because I want to go see the Japanese cherry blossom trees as well. I've never seen one and I love, love, love them. So I want to come that way, or they have one in San Diego. But anyway, let's get started, guys. Real quickly, to any content creators that are listening, I did post on my community wall about 15 minutes ago. It was just some posts that I ran across on Facebook. And word on the curb is the Maurice Scott that folks are reporting on is not Maurice from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And people seem to believe, I don't know if this is the case, but this one person I think this was put out there to cancel some content creators because the Scotts are tired of everyone talking about them. This is not Maurice Scott on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So naturally, I didn't do any research. Hold on, guys. I didn't do any research, but I had heard before. And I'm not sure if this is the same case that people are talking about now, but I do remember there was a case of a Maurice Scott out of Baltimore. And people thought that that was Maurice, and it wasn't. And then this one, I believe, is out of Michigan. And they are saying that this is not Maurice. So, you guys just be careful. I didn't touch it and don't plan to with a 10-foot pole. Your phone messed up the other day. Were you on the panel, Charlene? You say your phone. I want to apologize for the other day. My phone messed up. Charlene, I don't remember you being on the panel. Let me know. Um, hey Megan. Hey Claudia. Let's see. All right, all of these remedies that you guys are putting in here, I'm definitely starring the comments. How do you pronounce this? Quercetin? Quercetin. Genesis is your go-to. Okay. Oh, you see in my chat and you said a bad word with God's name in it. Okay, I missed it. Try a couple shots of rock and rye. I never heard of that, child. When I tell you my bar is full, I really don't drink hard liquor. I may have me some tequila. I may have me some Tito's, and that may be once every couple months. But I got everything: Remy, Hennessy, 1800, White Hennessy. I got all type of liquor. So but yeah. Okay, so they didn't have a mug shot, Sylvia P. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't touch it. But for those that did, be careful, because if they are trying to line up content creators, that's definitely a good way to do it. To come out and say that these people are saying that this is me, it's not. I want to do this, I want to do that. I don't know. I feel like Maurice been trying since he came out with that list about a year or so ago. And just be careful. Let's see. Terry, you love Tito's as well. All right. Charmaine, you say the title. So many coming out on everybody. You can't keep up. Every day it's a new one. Diddy, Jamie Foxx, Axl Rose, Tiffany Haddish. Chow. It is a whole hot mess. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with it. And I'm gonna start with some quick hot topics. Then I'm gonna touch on that. But this is really just a Friday night jam. So, open topic. If it's something you guys want to discuss, it will end up being an open panel as well. And we'll chit chat for a little while, a good hour ish or so. And I really just wanted to touch base with you guys since I'm feeling better. I've been missing all the good videos, okay? Yesterday I wanted to come live with everything that was coming out, and I just couldn't do it. Um, but let me go ahead. Again, we have 200 people watching. Thank you guys so much. Let me go ahead and go to my live on my phone real quickly. And then I've been trying to find a clean version of Mr. Aaron Hall. When I tell you it is absolutely disgusting, so I may play stop, in his own words, what he did and who he did it in front of. It's crazy. Real quickly, thank you guys for viewing the last video. Mel's hot video, Mrs. Santa. Baby, we're going to talk about that as well. Now, I'm sure you guys know that Mel is having her 50% off today. So if you guys didn't take advantage of that, make sure to do so. Yes, Kelly. Yes. I wish. Who is okay? Jacob. Do we like bouncy houses? I'm confused. We grown, Jace. Jacob. Jacob, hi. Do you like bouncy houses? No. No, we don't. Cheryl Canada, we absolutely are going to talk about it. I gave my thoughts in the video, child. But you guys definitely let me know your thoughts. Whoever wants to hit the... Oh, I got to see how this works. Whoever wants to hit the link when I drop it. Raymel Buxton Johnson. Thank you so much. Now, I don't even know how this works. It says that Raymel gifted one Chit Chat with QT membership. You could be a lucky recipient of a Chit Chat with QT membership. And how do we do this? Let's see. I guess I need to turn this on. But thank you, Raymel. That was so sweet. I need to see how to do that. So, okay. So Linda Gamble was gifted a Cutie Crew membership. Yay. Okay, Raymel, you got to tell me how to do that, because I would like to gift a couple people on my channel as well as other content creator channels. Child, my board is full. Gift memberships. All right. I'll find out. But thank you. That was so sweet of you. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Shout out to the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Okay, Raymel, you say you don't know. You just did it. Okay, child. Let me click this and see. Oh no. Oh, I see it. Okay, so when you press the little dollar sign, you can do membership gifting. Thank you for that. So I'm gonna stop by Trending's channel and a couple other content creators channel and give some memberships. But yeah, we'll talk about Mel Song. Let's go ahead and get into, yes, it was Charlene. Let's go ahead and get into some hot topics real quickly. Before I do that, let me put up the copyright disclaimer. I'm just going to go to a couple Instagram posts and then we'll get into all of these new charges against all of these folks. Okay. But what I'm going to share is courtesy of Instagram pages. I'll shout them out when I get to it. This is allowed under fair use, copyright disclaimer act. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And Raymel, thank you. Thank you for joining the Cutie crew. All right, let's go ahead and start off with Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish, child, has been arrested for the second time in 2 years for driving under the influence. Driving under the influence. And, oh, let me click this. We definitely do. Sometimes we outgrow people who aren't growing. Facts. Facts. But yeah, Tiffany Haddish was driving or under something else, child, under the influence. So I do want to show, and this is courtesy of the Jasmine brand, but I wanted to bring up about 3 different posts on the Jasmine brand. But let's go ahead and get into it. Again, shout out to the Jasmine brand. If you guys are not following them, make sure to do so on Instagram. But they put Tiffany Haddish seems to have had a little too much to drink recently. So the video that was released earlier today showed her being taken away by police after she was found asleep behind the wheel of her car. So they received the call this morning. Someone appeared to be slumped over in their vehicle while the car was running in the middle of Beverly Drive. Now, this is what I don't understand. And I'm not just going to say with celebrities, with anybody. Uber is everywhere, and it's just a click away. It's a click away. And instead of you putting yourself in jeopardy to get arrested or putting other people's lives in jeopardy, why not just park? But stars, they can call an assistant, they can call anybody. It's just crazy. So they say she was in the middle of the street. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. I need to share some pictures, but I go to LA often. Beverly Drive is the palm tree lined street that a lot of people use when they take pictures and all of that. But they found her in the driver's seat. They put her in handcuffs and took her purse right in. She was given a DUI citation. And as I mentioned, this is the second DUI in less than 2 years. Now, this other one, this one was in Atlanta. So back in January 2022, it was basically the same thing. She fell asleep behind the wheel of a car. They found her in Atlanta. So not only is it dangerous, you're an easy target as well for somebody to come up and do anything to you. So it's very careless if you ask me. But people or a person, fans, seem to believe that she was intoxicated on this IG live video that she did shortly before her arrest. and I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys. She definitely seemed like she was intoxicated to me. So let me pause it. Let me make sure I'm caught up in my chat. I am. And I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Now, you guys, once you look at this live, again, this was right before, probably an hour or two before she was arrested. Let me know in the comments if you feel like she was toe up from the flow up. Take a look.
Yeah, so now I'm in Inglewood and I'm trying to go to the Hobby Shop party, trying to get my East African on. You know, I've been partying with the white people. Now I'm trying to party with my East Africans and they won't let me in the club. They won't let the Hadish in. No Hadish. No Hadish. Hadish can't come to the party. Damn, I've been turned away from fancier places. They got good food here though. In my Habasha. Yep. It's a party in there. Cars parked all up and down the street. But they won't let the Haddish in. They said they ain't letting nobody else in. I seen somebody leave though. Up, y'all.
All right. Now, thank you for putting that Eve to Leo. I'm not either, Kelly. Never been. Okay. She just don't do it for me. She's not funny. Nothing against her. Well, maybe I got a little against her with what her and Ari Spears did with the little boy and the little girl. I'm sure you guys remember that. But yeah, she looks like not drunk but high to me. And it's just terrible as far as 2 DUIs in less than 2 years, you know, just terrible. But one of her friends said that she's ready to expose Tiffany Haddish. And I'm just going to read a little bit. So, this again is courtesy of the Jasmine brand. But they put comedian Tiffany Haddish will appear in court soon to face a seemingly eager plaintiff. The actress' former friend, whose children received a settlement. So I'm sure you guys remember this. That's what I was just talking about from a grooming lawsuit involving Haddish back in September, has filed another suit for defamation. According to reports, the plaintiff will appear in arbitration court soon to argue her case against Tiffany Haddish. Despite them initially denying all allegations, the comedians, which were Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears, eventually settled the matter privately. Now, I definitely made a video about that grooming, but I didn't share the video of it. It was just that gross. And yeah, some people I think just are itching for lawsuits or jail, and Tiffany Haddish seems to be one of them. Let me touch on a narcissist real quickly. I'm not going to read Tiana's whole statement, but if you guys have been looking at all of these hot topics like I have, then you know that Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert are getting a divorce. Now, initially, Tiana came out and said that, they quietly separated. They gonna always be friends and family and blah, blah, blah. And she said that there was no cheating involved. Well, it came out a couple days ago. Their divorce paperwork was leaked. And in that paperwork, she said that not only did cheating play a part, but he was a narcissist and he was jealous of her career. Jealous of her career. So I believe it. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly, you and I'm pointing my fingers from my eyes like I'm pointing them to your eyes. But you and I are here tonight. They definitely made such a cute couple. I don't know what's going on. 2023 is the year of separation and divorce for sure. And I did hate to see Tiana and Iman break up, but what was put in that paperwork was, the end. And I really don't blame her. So this was the initial post, but she said that he had several cheating scandals, which left her publicly embarrassed. She said that he was the type to be jealous if, Tiana is a big deal. We know he's an NBA player and all of that. But she said that he would get jealous if they asked him to step out of the picture so they can only get her. And it's a lot of jealous men out here. Okay. A lot of jealous men cannot handle successful women. But anyway, Tiana came out today and she is basically asking everybody just to please stop talking about it. She said it's a private matter and it's heartbreaking. She also said, if you guys love your play nieces like you say you do, please allow myself and my family some privacy to resolve the matter. So, prayers up to, thank you for saying that, sis. Prayers up to Tiana and her babies, and I'm not going to say I'm not praying for any man in this situation as well, but we need them to get some help. We do. Now, sis, I thank you for saying this because, yes, ma'am. Um, this not the one I was looking for though. But you said you was rooting for her when she first came out because she was compelled by her story. Oh, you talking about Tiffany Haddish? Okay. Her story was amazing, wasn't it? I didn't like her in Girls Trip. I didn't like her in Girls Trip. I didn't like Girls Trip much. So let me not just blame it on Tiffany Haddish. But sis, I'm looking for your comments about Tiana and Iman. Allegedly, they introduced other parties in their marital bed, and that don't typically work out well for marriages. It definitely does not. It don't. And a lot of people thought that Tiana, I mean, she hasn't come out, so maybe she's bi, but a lot of people, at first, before she got married, felt like she was, just straight a lesbian. Well, Sylvia P, I guess, I can't relate to that child. I can't relate to no menage nothings, okay? But I guess if he went out and was still messing around with people and she wasn't there, I think that would be considered cheating, even though they brought people in the bed with them. I don't know, child. I don't get down like that, right, Tyra, at all. I don't know what's going on, child. Eve, you say divorce, separation, and revelations. Let me start that, child. Let me start that. Okay, that is my motto. Okay. Yes, the year of revelation. Trails. Trails say Tiana just want a woman. Child. Yeah. So that's that on that. What else did I want to talk about when it comes to hot topics? Then we're gonna get to this disgustingness. I almost just my stomach was really turning every day that they announced somebody else. What else? Oh, after all of that, trying to sell a book, child, and telling folks that she had been separated for years. Oh, and Will. Jada and Will and the whole fam were spotted together. They all spent Thanksgiving together. and they look happy. But I still just don't understand Jada's spiel. I just don't get it. And the more and more I think about it, I think that she was just really trying to sell that book. I think they had some type of understanding that I was going to come out here and say this or that because, this don't look like what you were saying, Jada. Look how you got her head, child. Mm-mm-mm-mm. But, congrats to them. Happy family. All the kids are there. And yeah, I just wanted to get you all's opinion on it because, again, we remember that press run, that press tour that she was on. And it's not giving that. It's not giving separated. This my husband, child. But let me read some comments before we embrace myself, okay? Before we get into this last mess of all of these pervs that's you know, ugh, just out here, okay? But let's see. I did start that. Eve again put divorce, separation, and revelation. Yes, she did. She shared her husband on multiple occasions. Is sexism, abuse, and control a big problem? Well, shouldn't abuse be a big problem? Things. Let me know if I'm reading this wrong. Is sexism, abuse, and control a big problem in relationships in general? Now, let me start at it because maybe that's going to be something for the panel. Maybe I'm not understanding. Shouldn't they be things? Let me turn this heat down, guys. Let me know things. Hold on, my thermostat is right here. All right. Did things elaborate? Thank you, Bravo. Is it just me? Is it just me? What, Neva S? Where can I find it? Good. Hold on. Let me go to the shade room. Let me close this out. Um Hold on. Let me go. And if so, we'll talk about that real quick as well. Oh my God, this man has a problem. And I hate that he even started talking. But um you just got an alert on your phone, Neva. Hold on. Let me look it up. And then I want to talk about Shannon Sharp before I get to all of these pedos. Hold on. Oh. Mm. Hold on, guys. All right, this is breaking news. Thank you, Neva S. I just found it. And I'm going to share it. Derek Chauvin. You guys remember Derek Chauvin, who was the officer convicted in George Floyd's unaliving, has been stabbed in prison. has been stabbed in prison. You guys know we don't condone violence. I must say that. But the attack happened. The person was not authorized. Um, all right, so it looks like he may still be amongst us. I don't condone violence, and that's all I'm gonna say. But all right, Miss Tina, you put what I wanted to say. I ain't even gotta say it. Thank you. Yeah, we don't condone violence. We don't condone violence. But let me see this real quick before we move on to um all of these new charges. Because I just saw this, and Shannon Sharp is starting to get on my damn nerves. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but he and Chad Ochocinco, they have a YouTube channel. I think it's called The Nightcap or something like that. And Shannon, we see why you single, buddy. He's talked about how a woman can't use the bathroom in front of him. He would prefer if they leave the house and go somewhere and use it. Just he's very, very chauvinistic. Well, I just saw this. I haven't even clicked it yet. He said he will always put his dogs before women he's involved with. They live here, you just visiting. What?
They're gonna get on the bed. They're gonna get on the couch. They're gonna sleep in the bed. The two little ones, they're gonna sleep in the bed. I'm gonna feed them table food. If you got a problem with the dogs, let me know now. We can't do anything. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how much money you make. Dogs ain't going nowhere.
Okay, well, that's not as bad as I thought because I am a fur baby lover. I love my fur babies. So I just thought that he was basically saying he would put the dogs before, but he's saying if they don't like the dogs, then yeah, they gotta go. All right, I was gonna cuss him out. I'm glad I didn't have to. So yeah. But anyway, guys, let me stop sharing this. Let's go ahead and get into this mess. I have tried and tried just to prolong this because, like I said, it's just so disgusting. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I've been disgusted damn near every day this week. Every day this week. I do have a question for you guys, though. I wonder if Diddy regrets settling with Cassie. That's what I wonder. But I did want to try to play this. I'll try after I read a little bit. I'll try to play that mess from Aaron Hall. That's just, lock him up again. He was already locked up, and they need to go ahead and throw him right on back in there. All right. Okay, Charlene. But anyway, as you guys know, I'm sure you guys have heard, it's been everywhere on the regular news, on social media, on YouTube, just everywhere. Diddy has been accused in a third lawsuit this month. And they should have just put this week of a woman. Singer Aaron Hall was also named in the lawsuit. So this woman, identified as Jane Doe, accused Combs and Hall of assaulting her and her friend in the early 1990s. Um, they said that it happened following an event at the offices of MCA Records. And one day, they filed this one day before that expiration. So you guys know the New York Adult Survivors Act expired today. But anyway, Diddy, who just probably been copy and pasting this same damn statement, said that these are fabricated claims falsely alleging misconduct from over 30 years ago and filed at the last minute. This is nothing but a money grab. Because of Mr. Combs' fame and success, he is an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience or consequence for financial benefit. Um, but I'll go ahead and read a little bit. Like I said, I got sick to my stomach, um, especially after Cassie's breakdown last week. But this lady, again identified as Jane Doe, says she and a friend met Combs and Hall, who was a member of the group Guy, at the record office of MCA. The friend is not named as a plaintiff in the lawsuit, so only one of the two ladies. But they say that they were very flirtatious and handsy with the both of them. They offered them drinks throughout the event. Toward the end of the night, Combs and Hall invited her and her friend back to Hall's apartment for an after party. Mistake number one. Okay? Mistake number one. But while at Aaron's apartment, Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Combs. After he finished doing his business, she laid in the bed, shocked and traumatized. Then she was trying to get dressed, and allegedly Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced her to have sex with him. But then they said that they both sort of like took turns with her and her friend. You know, they switched, kept switching. But allegedly, this lady is saying that Combs later came to her home and, he was very irate. He assaulted her, choked her until she passed out. And the reason why is because he didn't want his girl he was with at the time to find out about this. So that's that. Again, this is the third case. We also had the mayor of New York, Eric Adams. We had another for Trump. We had Andrew Cuomo, Jamie Foxx, Axl Rose, Marilyn Manson, Cuba Gooding Jr. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. But let's see if I can try to play a little bit of Mr. Aaron Hall, who basically, I don't want to say he corroborated the girl's story. Hey, Prosperity. I don't want to say that he did that, but he did say that he did the do right in front of Diddy and Jodeci and everybody else. So let's see if I can find it. It is graphic, and I am going to have to play and stop. All right. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay. So, again, this is courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked. This is Aaron Hall in his own words, and it is a mess. So, let me bring it up for you guys. I'm going to try to catch it right, but it's so graphic and disgusting that it may be hard to catch. But for those that didn't hear it, I'm going to share with you. Trigger alert. Yes, sis. Um, and I'll talk about a little bit of that as soon as we listen to this. All right, guys. Again, warning, warning, warning. So, again, thank you to the Hollywood Unlocked. Thank you to the Shade Room. Thank you to Jasmine Brand If you guys are not following those pages on Instagram, make sure to do so. But Hollywood Unlocked put Aaron Hall, who has been named in an essay lawsuit with Diddy, is seen detailing how he gets down in the bedroom. Detailing. It's the root of all evil for men, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But let's take a listen. Let me go ahead again. Trigger, alert, warning, all of the above. Claudia Beard, thank you for joining the Cutie crew. All right. Okay, so I'm pausing it, and again, I want you guys to get ready. He was definitely bragging. I think so, Jacqueline. I think so. So take a listen, guys. I'm gonna play and pause. I'm gonna try to maybe mute when he gets to becoming real graphic. So here we go.
Fucking to death.
Okay, I'm gonna pause. Right there, he said, I'm going to F her to death. I'm going to F her to death. This is an interview. And if I'm not mistaken, this is after Aaron Hall was released from prison. Still talking like that. But take a listen. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So niggas can't say about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Oh, wow. So right there, he's talking about he does it in front of other men so they know what he working with. So they know that he's well endowed. Take a listen.
Yeah. I like for them niggas to see how
he likes for those Negroes to see. I know, Charlene, I ain't gonna be able to play nothing, child. But again, he likes for those Negroes to see what he working with.
Oh, fuck. Like you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or not.
And there he mentioned Jodeci and Puffy. Look how he looking, though. Oh, my God. Look at the facial expressions.
Any of them niggas, they been at my house. They all see me fuck.
And that's gonna put him and Diddy down. I don't even know if I could play anymore. But what he just said right there is they been to my house. They seen me F. And if that's not what the lady put in her doggone lawsuit, I don't know what is. This is an overgrown man talking like this. If you guys want to hear this, I searched and searched and searched. I'm shocked that a lot of the platforms shared this in its raw form on Instagram. I thought somebody would have it where but like Charlene said, you can barely bleep out anything. But if you want to see it in its entirety and hear it, make sure to go to Hollywood Unlocked. Let me see if I can listen to a little more, child.
They all know I'm a big nigga.
Yeah. Right there, he said, they all know I'm a big Negro. And he's not talking about in stature. He's talking about what's in between his legs. He looks like a predator, okay? He looks it, he sounds it. But let's see.
Yeah. If a bitch touch my...
Oh, wow. Ooh, chow. Let me hit mute on that.
Then she's a lying bitch.
Okay, that's all I could do. He just said, OMG, if a bee touch his, you know what, and say it's not big, she's a lying bee. How disgusting. I can't even listen to anymore. It was downright just dirty, raunchy, all of the above. And he said all of this proudly during an interview. Melanated, that could be it. That could be it. Maybe he just like a jail, period. Okay. But yeah, that's all I could listen to. Let me read some comments. And as I mentioned, this is, and I do have to blow my nose, This will be an open panel, open topic we can discuss. We are going to discuss male song as well. But give me 1 second, guys. Let me blow my nose. Goodness. All right, let me get some wipes. Sorry about that. I've blown my nose so much. Again, it's red, and I made the mistake of putting some Vicks, which burned it. It's just a mess. But anyway, there are more people that were sued. Aaron Hall, run him to the prison ASAP. Diddy as well. But I asked you guys, and I didn't read your comments. Maybe I'll come across them. Do you think that Diddy feel like, or is feeling like, that he settled with Cassie too soon? Seeing that that's the route that his lawyers are trying to go, that with these other people it's a money grab. I don't know, but Cassie definitely opened up the floodgates. I saw some of you in the comments saying that 50 Cent. Now I hope 50 Cent do this for real. I think he's joking, but I think he disliked Diddy so much. I really do believe that he may try to produce Surviving Diddy. I do. But let me read some of you all's comments. Okay, Kelly, this was in regards to Iman and Tiana Taylor. That's too bad he couldn't celebrate his wife. Sending prayers to their beautiful daughter, Tiana and Iman. I hope they can respectfully co-parent. Yeah, you know, she made the right decision. It's over. I don't know why men don't think that women can recognize and feel if you're jealous of them, if you're envious of them, you know. And yeah, you definitely need to get out of that. But let's see here. He was on the Shy. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, let's get down. Totally agree, Bravo Addiction. Totally agree. You just cannot introduce that type of stuff in your household. And, I'm not judging anybody that's down with it. That's your business. But, yeah, for the Smiths, I think so too. But, yeah, I wouldn't do it. Yep, I think so. Yes, sis. Holly Weird. Holly Weird for sure. Let's see. So a couple people said good when it comes to the officer. Yeah, good. Yes, totally agree. All right. Is it something that is a problem that we have not been highlighting in general? Thanks. Click the link. Because I definitely wanted to ask you. I hope I start. That other comment of yours. But you said something like sexism, abuse, and control. Should that be a problem? I believe that's what you said. And I'm confused. I am confused. Okay. I'm hoping so too, Bravo. I will see if I see a response from Thames. Yes. So I'm going to read that again. Thames, your question was, is sexism, abuse, and control a big problem? Okay. In relationships in general. Okay, I may be feeling a little better about your comment. I believe you're asking, is it common? Is a lot of people going through it? Is it something that is a problem that we have not been highlighting in general? Well, I don't think we can highlight it if we don't know it. Um, things. Don't know, don't know. But we shall discuss for sure. So hopefully, we are misreading your comment. Sis. Now he looking like he looking, chow. BLS, is this you?
Hey, Chit Chat. Yes, it's me.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you here to save me so I can get me some more tea in a second. My nose over here on fire. Do you hear me? I got little
You,
scabs everywhere from blowing for a week straight. It's terrible.
you
So
got some Vaseline to put on it?
I'm rubbing it as we speak. Some pure Vaseline. I was gonna use shea butter, and I said, no, I better not use that. But anyway,
Right.
I'm doing better, feeling better. I thank you for joining me. What do you want to discuss, BLS? Any of these topics that we discussed?
They so extensive.
Mm-hmm.
The foul ones speak for themselves. There is not a whole lot to say, but I always have my thoughts.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Now I nobody talked about Jamie, but
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx as
said,
well.
well,
Uh-huh.
Jamie said when he was in Atlanta trying to make the movie, he said they trying to kill me, they trying to kill me. He
Mm-hmm.
was in a coma. And so
Yep.
y'all ran down a list, you ran down a list of people, um, Porter, um, Heavy D. Oh no, maybe that wasn't on yours. Allegedly,
No,
and in my opinion.
yeah, but I'm aware of that. Heavy D, Kim Porter, Jamie Foxx. I'll be sure. Keep going.
Yes. And so all of those people, and they talked about how none of the executives that started with Puffy, all of them ended up dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, Puffy is the only one that remains. So I think it's, like y'all said, Holly weird and that stuff that's going on. But even deeper than that, it ain't just happening with the black folks in Hollywood. But that's what they
Mm-hmm.
would lead us to believe, right?
Yeah.
And so every time um, somebody trying to get their masters so they can, run their own shop, then we have a situation like this happening. We can go back to Bill Cosby. And, there's a lot of opinions, but before all of the accusations started happening, these brothers seem to be getting away with it. So what I believe is they set them up and have them thinking, "Oh, we'll cover you. Oh, you're okay." Do you get what I'm saying? Like they get them in the game and they get them good and dirty, but it
Who
kind
come?
of
Wait,
makes them,
hold on. Who set them up? You meaning as far
well,
as
the
the
people
network
who
or the people
the networks,
themselves?
whoever run in Hollywood.
Okay.
You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? Yeah, and I think that because they've been getting away with it. What brother gonna walk in the hospital and say, "You send me her report"? Where they do that at? I'm gonna go with you. Where
Well,
they do
look,
that
power.
at?
But you know what, BLS, when you have power, I get what you're saying because I'm not gonna blame the folks though, the white folks, the clear folks, as far as these allegations, because I for one believe
Uh-huh.
them. But I also know that when you have money, you have power. So when you're
Hmm.
talking about Diddy, he can absolutely walk into a hospital himself and say, "Give me her records." I understand what you're
And
saying. Now,
I'm not saying that I don't think that they didn't do it. So that's not what
okay.
I'm saying. What I'm
No,
saying
you
is
said
they showed them the
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, they showed them the game.
Hmm.
Like, he come from New York. Where they do that at? You wasn't raised, treating women like that. The story the story I recall was about how much he loved his mother and he wanted a better life for his mother and all of
Hmm.
that. And then he go to LA and it's something completely different. He's a completely different person. And so I'm talking about the level of exposure to what they've been exposed to. Now um uh, um their willingness to get involved in it and do it, yeah, that was in them, so they did it, right? And so I'm not saying that they didn't do it, but it's like, when they gonna wake up, because these dominoes is falling. But I think that they let them, you know do what they did for as long as they did. You remember Mahogany and Lady Sing the Blues, and you know how they're the people who were supposed to be making her great. They were the ones got her hooked on the heroin, right?
Hmm.
And so that's the kind of thing I'm saying. She had
Okay.
to initially say yes, right? And then she
Uh-huh.
was pulled in. And I feel like all of the money, all of the access drew them in. And then they can pull, the clear people can pull a card at any time. And so these cards are being pulled because I'm like, they had to be telling before now. I believe
But
that women had been telling. Don't you
uh,
think?
well, I think it's definitely possible. But I, for
Uh-huh.
one, and I'm glad that Sis is up here because I like to hear another perspective. But real
Hmm.
quick, Kelly, thank you for mentioning Aquaphor. I just got it out my other desk drawer. I use this for my tattoos, and it's been in there forever. So I'm putting it on my nose now. Thank you. BLS. Sorry, I just went on a tangent there, but
Oh no, you
I
fine.
don't want to. I don't want to. It's definitely possible what you're saying, so I'm not saying that. I don't want to blame anybody else for these men and their actions. Because number
Right, right,
one,
right.
they know right from wrong. So I don't think that they were, somebody put a battery in their back and say, yeah, you can have control over women. And yeah, you can do this. Again, I think it has all to do with money and power. And I'm going to let you finish real quick. He is still taking
Hmm.
care of his mom. Diddy is. So he did make a
Hmm.
better way for her. She lives in LA as well, Beverly Hills, all that good stuff. Both can be true,
Hmm.
but go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, and thank you for circling back because I don't want to discount the victims at
Mm,
all. Excuse me, or the survivors of what they had to deal with. And so that was just the spin and, looking deeper into it potentially. But yeah, so everything else you said spoke for itself. The other thing that I wanted to say, girl, is Mel playing in our face?
baby. No.
Girl, did
I
she
don't
mess around and get married?
I don't think
Because that
so.
chemistry was deep too. I looked at your
Baby.
video earlier today and I was like, okay, now see, I wasn't gonna say nothing and chit chat done went there.
I said it. I said it. The chemistry is definitely there, but I don't. LaDon put that in my comment section that she thinks a couple people, that's her man. That's her man. I think a lot of us want Mel to go public with her guy so much that, but I don't think that that's her man. I don't think that, and I definitely don't think she's married. No.
Well, she's an exceptional actress, okay? I'm
Mm-hmm,
just gonna say that
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because
For sure.
she looked like they looked like they was in the moment. And I
Mm-hmm.
get that, when you're producing and stuff, it's supposed to look real. But it was like, Mel, you did this in a month. You know, it shouldn't be that good. Because you got us, I'm convinced that,
Well,
you
actually,
know,
great actors, you can put a script in front of them tonight and they could do that. So maybe they were just great actors, BLS. I'm with you though. That chemistry was there.
yes. And I liked them together. It was so cute. But I thought that to myself and I said, okay, I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to put her out there like that. And then I looked, I said, chit chat. She saw it too.
Well, I had to admit the chemistry. Now I
Yeah.
did put in my title, sometimes I put things in my title just to get you guys talking. So I think I put something like acting or nah. But I think they just
Yeah,
acting.
that's exactly what you did. Then you had the eyeballs and the fire emoji. Girl,
I did.
cause I said, woo! It was smoking, but I loved it. And I love the new, and that it's not, reproducing what somebody already did. So I love her
Hmm.
originality in, the writing and even how she delivered it. So yes,
Yeah,
so that was awesome.
it was.
I think that's everything. I ain't got nothing else, girl,
All right,
because I
all
think
right.
I agree about everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thank you for that, BLS. And you may have some more to say after sis, but sis, hold on one second. Raymel, thank you again for joining the Cutie Crew. Claudia Beard, thank you for joining the Cutie Crew. And Raymel, thank you for gifting a Cutie Crew membership to Linda Gamble. I wanted to read Trending's comment, and then sis, I got one from you. Trending, you put, I really don't understand why they keep going on Vlad telling on themselves, but I'm also thankful that they're dumb enough to do it. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Vlad has gotten people locked up for crimes, okay? Just a mess. But, they're crazy and dumb enough to do it, like you said. Sis, this is so true. I pray that these girls will stop subjecting themselves to this kind of treatment. Nobody deserves to be violated, but stop going to these men hotel rooms, homes, private after parties, all of the above. If you at an event, stay at that event. I don't know. This generation, they don't leave much to the imagination. I saw, and I like Ray Janae, Lil Wayne's daughter. Ray Janae was walking through the mall, and I'll bring it up before we go. Walking through the mall with a see-through cat suit on. Mall with kids. Why? And she's not the only one. This generation is like, naturally, and please don't take me wrong, it does not matter what you wear. That doesn't give anybody a right to do anything. But I'm ready for these kids to put on some clothes. Just me personally. But sis, thanks for joining me. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on whatever, any of the hot topics or this mess with these men. Ugh, disgusting.
This mess with these men are just so. I'm just blown away. I'm not surprised, but I'm blown away because, for one, you would think as a man, especially a man that have daughters, would you want your daughter to date someone like you? And I get that you probably think, a man will never get that close to my daughter, but you don't know. Like, what if, and 9 times out of 10, if another man is violating your daughter the way you violated other women, you would be ready to unalive this man. So, and then the thing about it too, it's a them problem. So many people, I've heard so many comments that have just really upset me with women, mainly women saying, stop sharing this stuff. You guys are tearing down another black man, and
Mm,
our black men go through so much. But don't we as women go through so much because we're the ones being violated here?
thank
Like,
you.
hello, they're taking advantage of the women. So should we not speak our truth because black men are going through so much? A lot of the things that these black men are going through, they subjected themselves to these things. They violated the person. So you think they shouldn't be held accountable? I
Yeah.
think everybody involved should speak up. If they were violated, they should speak up. I don't care if the floodgates are open. Come through the floodgate. Tell your story, because if you were violated, you deserve to tell your story. No woman deserves to be violated. No man deserves to be violated. But the thing is, there is something sick and twisted with the person who tends to take ownership of another person. Just because you are in a relationship or dating a person does not give you ownership. That person is not your property. If that person wake up tomorrow and say, I don't want to be in this relationship no more, they have every right to walk away from that relationship without you taking it upon yourself to want to cause harm to the person. Or as women, we just need to start being more mindful. We just need to do, like, some places you just don't go. And if
Yeah.
it does not feel right to you, don't put yourself in that situation. I mean, what happened to the freakers? My friends and I, we go places all the time. I don't care what party or event we go through. If we go together, we leave together. We do not separate. We do not
That's
let
right.
one go somewhere and we just like, oh, she went home with such and such. No, if we came together, we're leaving together. We stick together. We don't let each other wander off with men or anything like that. And I teach that same thing to my daughters. Like, how are you putting yourself in these situations? And I think it has a lot to do with women who, girls, I'll say, who just did not have that home training at home to where they had a mother to just tell them and be in their ear like, this is what you do as a girl. You know, teach them their self-worth so that when they go outside, they're not looking for a man to give it to them. You tell your daughter that she's beautiful. You tell your daughter that she can have anything that she worked hard for and put her mind to, so that when a man come and tell her that she's beautiful and that, oh, she's this and that, guess what? I already know. Thank you for telling me, but I already know. So he's not giving her something that she feel like she's missing, because my daddy told me already. My mama told me already. So there's nothing that you can tell me to make me sell my body or sell my soul to you to get something. You know, and then too, we got to put some onus back on these parents too, because who signed their kids over to these men for 2-3 years to get a
That's
record deal?
right.
You
That's
are
right.
allowing your kids to go live with these perverts. So
Mm-hmm.
who does that? No, if I can't bring her to the studio and we sit in there for however many hours together, she won't be
That's right.
coming.
That's
Because
right.
we have to do better as people. Like, there are so many hands in this pot, and we have to put the onus where it lies. Nobody asked to be violated. You can wear what you want to wear, go where you want to go, but you also have to be mindful of your surroundings. Stop letting these men walk up to you with cups with drinks. You don't know what's in this stuff. Stop
Yep.
drinking this stuff. Like, how are you being drugged without knowing? Don't walk away. I was taught, don't walk away from the table and leave my glass there and go back and drink it.
Ever.
Don't leave unopened containers. I was trained that. I told
Mm-hmm.
my girls that. So that's stuff that you don't do. Even if a guy sitting across the bar and the bartender come over and say, oh, so-and-so sent this to you, I'm good. Thank you,
That's
but
right.
no thank you. Because you don't know what's in that.
That's
So we
right.
have to just stop being so gullible and so starstruck or so needy to the point to where, oh, I'm trying to get with him. And I've seen it. I've witnessed, some of these girls just go to the bar specifically to sit and let a man feed them drinks all day and all
Mm-hmm.
night. And they go in there for that. But we as women too have to do better. And by no means am I saying it's the woman's fault for being violated, because it's not. But some things we have to be careful, because you can feel this energy. Oh, all it takes is that guy buying you one drink and he think he own you for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And when you turn him down, he got a problem. So
Got
we have to start doing better as women, as parents. We got to start teaching our boys and our girls. And unfortunately, it used to just be the girls. Nowadays, the boys are getting violated too. So we
Mm-hmm.
just have to start training them from home and being watchful And
Yeah.
knowing who your kids are hanging out with and where they're going, like where the parents, who all live there. You know, is the uncle there? Is any women there? Like you just
Mm,
have to be mindful of your surroundings and just we just got to do better. And I think every sick-minded individual that has violated with somebody needs to rot in HELL because
mm,
nobody deserves to be treated like that. That's
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. Well, look, you said a mouthful, and I got some not pushback, but I definitely got some replies to what you said. For me, my parents didn't play sleepovers. You know what I mean? Now you can
No,
have
ma'am.
if they parents want to let them come over here, they can definitely come. But I couldn't go to sleepovers. I couldn't, couldn't do that. It starts early. You're right as far as parenting. We have to teach our kids at a very young age as far as choices. Make sure you're making smart decisions. And like I was in social groups and everything, and we came together, we leave together. That's just it. I don't care if you was talking to this guy and I like him and all of that. You gonna have to get to know him better tomorrow, on the phone or whatever the case may be. It's scary out here. And like you, I have no pity at all for any of these guys, especially Diddy. None of them. But Diddy, a lot of people have really, really looked at Cassie's character. She's never been the type, that will just come out here and just make up. Hers was really detailed, damn near to the date and time. Okay, and that's horrible what he did to her. Absolutely horrible. And
It
you said who gives their kids away? We know the Savages did, the McClarys did with their girls with R. Kelly. Those girls mentally are just gone now,
Mm-hmm.
especially the McClary's daughter. Well, both of them, Jocelyn Savage and the other one. They're gone mentally. And I blame the parents. Naturally, I blame R. Kelly as well, but I most definitely blame the parents because they put them in that situation. Hold on, sis, and hold on, BLS. Charlene, is this you?
Yes, it is. Can you hear me?
Ah, yep, I can hear you. All right, hold on one second, Charlene. But sis, my big sister and I have said this for years. How do I want to put this? Cooch. Cooch has brought many of the men down. And most times than not is because they feel obligated to it. They feel like if they get it, it's theirs and they will take it, some of them. Many of men has been brought down, not only in a way like this when it comes to SA, but in a way, let's say if they step outside of their relationship and marriages and lose that for a coach. I don't know. I don't know what it is when it comes to a lot of men, but it's terrible. And I'm glad, again, there is no time limit for me. So I know that they're saying a lot of people on social media today was saying, oh, that happened in 1990. Let's be serious. And one lady, I wish I would have took a screenshot of her comment, but she said something about she went back to talk about something that happened to her in 1985, I think it was. And she spelled out the details right there in the comment section on Instagram. It's something you'll never forget. So if you work up that courage, or if there's an act like this that allows you to come back, then absolutely do that. And I think that if they keep acts like this, I hate that this one expired today. I think it should be unlimited, especially if you can prove this stuff. Let these people file charges because that way things will start to change. These men will think twice. Okay, I'm not going to do this today because they can come back 10 years later, 20 years later, 30, whatever the case may be, it needs to stop. So, great points, sis. When it comes to the drinks at a club, I'll never forget it was a bartender. I don't know if he was in with the guy or not. But he didn't come over to me and say, the guy over there would like to buy you a drink. He came over there with drink in hand. The guy over there brought you a drink. Oh, no, he didn't. I said, well, you can pour that out and you can pour me a fresh new drink in my face if you want to do that. But he don't even know what I like. How you
I know
walking
that's
over
right.
to a drink? You don't know what I like and I don't know what's in it. You can go and take that on back. But yeah, great point, sis. Real quick, Charlene, before I get to you, to the chat, thank you guys so much. We are moving at a pace that I love. We had an hour and 25 minutes. We're going to be up out of here probably in about 15 or so minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to read some comments as well. Yes, I see you guys putting in the comment section about Justin Bieber. Allegedly, something went on with Justin Bieber. Allegedly, something went on with Usher. And I'm just gonna say this: we talking about the parents when it comes to these girls. I also have to blame the parents when it comes to putting your boys in the possession of somebody else. Like you said, sis, I can come to that studio. We'll come every day if you want. But he leaving with me. Or she leaving with me. I'm gonna sit with her while she's at the studio with you. We can do this every day if you're gonna make her a star. But no, she can't come live with you. Or no, he can't come live with you. So, we'll see if that comes out. I don't know. But something ain't right. Something ain't right. But thanks again, sis. And Charlene, you are up. What are your thoughts, Charlene? I've been reading your comments. What do you have
I,
to say about the topics we're discussing?
well, I wanted to talk about the Puff Daddy situation that's going on. And I've been also in the comments looking and reading or whatever. But I want to say this: no victim, it's not their fault. And for us women to keep downing other women is horrible, because that'll make a woman that has gone through something traumatic like that
Mhm.
not want to speak. And when you put a woman in a position where she feel like it's her fault and she don't speak up, that thing, hello,
Mhm.
oh, that will, it will kill her on the inside. So I just want to advise all of us women, stop blaming the women. I was a victim of a gentleman at 19 years old, went to California with this man. That man got me out there, started beating me, stumping me, seeing other women. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't do anything. I never done drugs. This man was intravenously using drugs and
Mm.
turned me out on him.
Oh
I was
no.
so terrified and so scared. I would sit there at the dinner table with my head down, scared to say anything, because I didn't know when this monster was going to go off
Mhm.
and when he was going to use me as a stumping or a beating bag. But I'm going to say this: by the grace of God, and only by the grace of God, did he make a way of escape for me. But
Mm.
I had to seek some kind of therapy in order to get over that. And I had to cry out to God to
Yeah.
deliver me from the drugs. So if you never been in that position, don't judge it, because you don't know.
Mhm.
And that monster is dead today.
Mm.
Is dead today. And I'm gonna say this: I'm not sticking up for Puffy no kind of way. I think that person need to be under the jail. But I want to say this about that: When you have been abused and don't get no help, you will turn around and become an abuser.
Hmm.
So it's dangerous on both swords. On both swords. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. When you play on the devil's territory and call yourself selling your soul and it don't even belong to you, you have now given them access to come in and control your whole life. And you will no longer be yourself. Now you're possessed with him. And whatever Satan say do is what you do. But there's a price to pay at the end, and it's too high.
Yeah.
I just
Mm.
wanted to say that.
Well, look, Charlene, first of all, I'm so sorry that you went through what you went through, but God. So
Yes,
glad that God saw fit to show
yes,
you a way to get out of that and also to work on your drug problems and all of that. And yeah, it's sort of like a pimp mentality, even though, for instance, Puffy, he wasn't really a pimp, but in a sense, they pimp women. You know what I
yes.
mean? And it seems like that's what happened with you with the guy. Um, you know, a lot of men really need to sit down and talk with somebody when it comes to sex, because they feel like, even in the act, a lot of them, if they're just, let's say, making love to their woman, they want to feel that power and control most times. And, most times it's not a good thing. And I hate it because these are just, I think it was 2,600 women as far as this act for New York. And somebody
Oh,
put Puffy was doing the same thing while he was in New York. That was Steph. That's how he was charged in New York. So all of these ladies that came out in the last week, all of these offenses happened either in New York or in New York and LA or New York and Florida, but it had to have happened in New York for them to file a lawsuit under that New York Act. But
Wow.
yeah, I think they really need to start talking at a young age. That's
Maybe
another thing,
more.
sis, that
Hmm.
maybe parents need to do when it comes to their kids, especially boys. Start talking to them about sex, and if a girl say no, that's just it. That's all. It's no, come on baby, come on, you could do it. No means no. And I think if they learn that and it really really registers, maybe when they become adults they won't find themselves in situations like this. But I think this was money, power, and ego related for me, when it comes to these cases. But and Red Ann, thanks for joining us. Charlene, I'm gonna try to add you again. Your device was disconnected, but I see it's back now. I
Can
think
I
it's
just
money,
say?
power.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
just say this chit chat? Um,
Sure.
I'm 36 years clean because
Oh,
of God.
wow.
No rehab, no nothing.
That's a
But
blessing.
that's all to the glory of God. But you're right. We have to talk to our kids now because this time is much dangerous than the times we were coming up. And I'm 58 years old. So I'm
Hmm.
afraid for even my adult children. I'm on them. Where you going? Well, who you dating? And they're grown.
Yeah.
But you have to protect your children at all costs.
Hmm.
They are the most valuable thing you'll ever get from God is
That's
your
right.
children.
That's right. That's right. Well, again, what a blessing. You said 36 years clean?
Yeah, my daughter, every time my daughter turned a year old, I can count it by that.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is a blessing for real. No treatment center, no nothing, nothing but God and
Nothing
your
but God.
willpower. That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
God and your willpower. So I'm
Yes,
glad that you
ma'am.
made it out of that. And I totally agree. We definitely have to have a, you know, open line of communication when it comes to kids or nieces or cousins, or it doesn't matter. You know, if you're a mentor for girls, you know, I think more people need to talk to let them know the signs that most times this stuff is wrapped up in what you may think is love and it's not, you know? So it's really, really crazy. This it made me sick to my stomach. Like I said, I actually had to stop reading some of the articles. I have an article up that I didn't even share with you guys. It was a little graphic, and that's why I didn't share it. It's like enough, enough. But thank you, Charlene. We'll swing back around. Red
Okay.
Ann, welcome to the panel.
Hey, I'm actually driving, so I'm kind of listening right now.
Okay, you drive. You on your way home? Red Ann, you
Yes,
on your way?
I am. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on my way home. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. What do you guys think about Jada? Let's talk about that real quick. She came out there with that book. We'll start with you, BLS, if you don't mind. Came out here with that book talking about she been separated for 7, 8 years, and now she back all lovey dovey. And I'm happy for him. You know, don't get me wrong. But that, do you think that she said all that stuff just for the purpose of selling the book?
Um, what I think about Jada, I think Jada is good at a lot of things, but something about her, she doesn't have the it factor. And no matter what Will does, everybody loves, Will. And, they love what he does. And, he could be gone for a time, but soon as he come out and do something, it's amazing. And I can remember some years back when she was trying to do rock and roll,
I remember.
and kind of, the conversation around that was like she was trying to find her thing. And, and I kind of got the feeling at that time that, even though she was an actress and when she does her roles, she does very well, but it's, underwhelming for a lot. It's underwhelming for a lot of people. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, Jada was in that. And that's it. So we see her, but I think that's a lot of what her issues are. I believe the Tasha K interview allegedly, and in my opinion,
Oh, you do
that
believe that, huh?
yeah, and I think that um that has a lot to do because when you look at her, she looks very angry. And even sometimes when she talks, to me, she talks like she's angry. And, if they had an agreement, maybe she changed her mind, or the fact that they had the agreement and his preference is on the other side. And so I think she's accepted a lot of things and she wants to blame him, and he feels bad, and that's why he accepts this mess from her. And so I think it's sick, it's toxic. I believe that that's a lot of what happened with the children, because their son together, to me, it's like I don't know. I just feel like he's all over the place. And when a man can't teach a boy how to be a man, or he grows up in all of this confusion, then we see what's happening with that young man. And then,
Mm-hmm.
just the conversations had at the table with Willow. It's like, what in the world? Why is she part of this conversation? Now if you and your mama want to sit at the table, y'all grown enough to do that. But to me, the girl was still, too young to have such broad and open conversations concerning, what happened with Jada and what happened with her mother. But I just think it's highly weird. That's where they at. That's where they choose to raise their kids. And I just think that, when she did the book, it was, I'm going to do this and everybody is going to pay me some attention. And, they need to go on counseling. Family counseling is what they need. So
Mm,
these photo ops, I don't believe it, for what it is. I believe that they may be banding together because they're all hurting right now. And so the photo ops that we could all see, I just feel like, that's, okay, let's try and heal, because I believe that they love each other, right?
yeah, I do
But
too.
I just, yeah, I'm not convinced that they're this happy family that they're trying to project, because I think the sum total of all that we have seen of them, um, you got to look at the whole thing. So we ain't looking at these little screenshots. I see a whole roll of film,
Mhm.
that tells the whole story, and not that it's exacting or that I have the full story, but enough of those clips gives you um some insight into what's going on and what's happening. And so, yeah, not to say that all that I've seen I could say with
Yeah.
some level of certainty. All of this is conjecture,
Mm-hmm.
but those are my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. And great
Yeah,
points. I'm glad that you sort of cleaned up as far as seeing the whole story, because I think that, if we aren't there, we would never know the whole story. I say the same thing even when it comes to what I feel like Mel really went through with Martell is much more than we've seen on social media or on the show. But you can
agreed.
form some type of opinion based off of, like you just said, clips and all of that. When it comes to them trying to project being a happy family, I say they are not alone in that. And unfortunately, even if it's celebrities or just common folks, a lot of times, people show you the good. Even if you go through your friends list on Facebook, most times you're going to see the good in relationships. That's why people are so shocked when people break up. Like, people were shocked when I announced that I was separating from my husband, because, naturally it wasn't any abuse, like physical or anything like that going on, but they only saw what he or I put out there. So even in their case, we probably only get to see the happy parts. Last thing that I want to touch on real quick, when you mentioned the daughter being on Red Table Talk. Now, I didn't like her on it either, but we were just talking about how we need to have an open communication with our kids, and maybe theirs is just a little more, in depth when it comes to their kids. I do feel like she was too young for some of the topics, and she basically showed that for me, because most times her answers would just be, yeah. That's how people was complaining about that on social media. What else can she say? But yeah. So I get it though. They want her to be aware of what they went through and what to look for, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think that Jada and the mom, as far as being the permanent host, I would have liked that. And then bring Willow in for some of the younger type topics. But great points, BLS. Excellent points. Bravo. Thank you for saying this. Bravo said it's a lifelong trigger, a lifelong horrid memory. So that's for people in general, male or female, that's been abused. We can't expect them to just forget about it. And if I've been struggling with this for 20, 30 years, and there's an act that was introduced where I'm now ready to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. So, excellent comment. And let's see here. Sylvia, I wanted to read yours and then we're going to go to sis. I don't think there should be a time limit either. Sometimes it can take a person years to come to grips with what has happened to them. Absolutely. And I also think that that's what happened with Cassie. Cassie was out here, from what I could tell, you know, by herself. And I think she started getting the strength when she finally got married and was able to share with her husband things that went on and all of that. So great points. All right, sis. What did we swung back around to the Smiths? And sis, I wanted to ask you more about Tiffany Haddish. You said that you really liked her in the beginning. And then what changed your mind? Was it the DUIs or what happened with that?
Um, in the beginning, I liked her. I liked the Girls Trip. I really liked that movie, and I liked her in that movie. So that's when I started to really tap into who she was. I did not like her as a comedian, though. I liked her as a funny character on a show, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like her comedic stand up or anything. But I was compelled by her story. And I think if she had a stayed into more, because she does a lot for orphanages
Mm-hmm.
because she was an orphanage. So I really like that about her giving back to girls in the orphanage. So that's how I connected with her. But the more I started seeing all of this negative stuff coming out about her in the public, and it just seemed like her demeanor started to change a lot. So I kind of fell off of her. Um, it was like she didn't know how to read the room. She just started saying the wrong stuff at the wrong time. So I just kind of fell off of her. And she I think she just resurfaced when she and Common broke up or whatever, and she started back coming, and I started back reading up on her, and then it just seemed like there was just all negative stuff, like something was constantly going on with her. And I think she's dealing with some type of internal trauma that she has not sought help for. I think she needs to go to therapy. Um, that being her second DUI shows that she didn't learn the first time. And we're adults. We're all grown. We're supposed to learn from our mistakes. It happened one time. We learn from it going forward. And she don't seem to have learned. She thinks that she's indispensable. She thinks that she just because this Hollywood thing has gone to her head, and she thinks that she can do and say what she wants to do without repercussions. So I think whatever she has coming to her, it will be deserving because she did not learn from her prior mistakes, and I just don't feel her anymore. So she's that Jada, and she's weird. The Smiths are weird to me. Like I really used to like Will Smith. I used to also like Jada too because when she first came out with the Red Table Talk, I really liked a lot of the discussions they were having. I do agree that I don't think some of those conversations Willow should have been privy to because she was just too young. But then I had to remind myself of the type of family that they are. They are just that type of family. Um, but I just think they're weird people. Like I really used to like Will, and I used to, not pay attention to the talk in the background when they were saying that they were swingers and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I like them. They're a power couple. But all of this
Mm-hmm.
stuff just goes to show that a person can be all that. They can have all of these riches and all of the fame and all of the fortune, and there is still a mental disconnect with these people. Money does not buy these people happiness. There are some deep rooted things that are going on in the minds of these people. And it just shows, everyday people, their main goal is to desire to be like these people they see on their TV screens and these rappers and actors and all of this. I want the riches. I want the fame. And
Mm-hmm.
no, you don't. Because if you look at a lot of these childhood Hollywood actresses, over half of them, something is really wrong with them. Like they are so traumatized from growing up in this industry. Like it is a weird something going on in Hollywood. And I think it's sort of like some type of gang initiation. And you have to play along to get along, otherwise you'll be blackballed in the industry and you can't do this. So a lot of these people just go along with these things that they know are wrong just to stay relevant in that
Mm-hmm.
industry. And it's so sad that a lot of these people really sell their souls to the devil just so that they can get the next movie role or the music deal. And, at some point, I don't understand why they don't have, positive people in their lives that can guide them the
Yeah.
right way versus like, why don't you have an advisor with you that can say, you know what, we're going to make this appearance, but we're going to do it together. After this event, we're leaving together. Like, we're not going to the private parties where it's just you and all these men, or I'm not sending my kid to go just with this person alone. Like, we just as people have to do better. We always like to say that it's the Caucasian people that's against the African American people. But we are our own worst enemies. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can possibly be on our way to being healed and to be better. A lot of this stuff, if you look at these high powered people, the puffies of the world, the Aaron Halls, you are harming your own race of people. There are others too, but the majority of the people that y'all are disrespecting are African American women. And
Mm-hmm.
then at the end of the day, y'all want us to uphold y'all and lift y'all up and don't tear you down and overlook all of this stuff that you are doing because you feel like you're going through so much and there are already so many strikes against you. Well, you know what? At some point, you got to walk in your own truth. You got to understand that there are things that you cannot do and things that you cannot say. And you cannot
Mm-hmm.
violate people and think there won't be any repercussions behind that. Every action has a reaction, and karma
Right.
does not miss anybody. And you are going to reap what you sow, be it good or bad. You are going to get it before you leave this earth. So the
Yep.
sooner we get that, the better we can heal. And to
Mm.
anybody who has been a victim of sexual assault, I pray for you. I hope that you are getting the help that you need, the therapy that you need on your path to healing, and
Mm.
talk to somebody, share your story. I don't care how long it's taking you to be brave enough to tell your story. I don't care if it's been 30 years. It's
That's
still
right.
your story to tell, and you don't let anybody make you feel bad because you have not shared that story because
Mm.
that happened to you. That's your truth, and you can speak it whenever you get ready. And to the people who tend to try to shame survivors for telling a story because it's been 10, 20, 15 years, shame on you, and pray that it never happens to you.
That's right. Pray that it never happens to you or to a kid of yours or a relative or a niece or a sister. Thank you for saying that, sis. And I did put the essay hotline on the screen. As sis said, Charlene, I see your comment where you put, thank you, Chit Chat, for allowing me to share. I hope it blesses someone. Thank you, Charlene, for sharing. Those of you that are members of the Cutie Crew, we do some work, okay, on each other. And a lot of us have freed ourselves of things that maybe we were holding in. So if you need that type of support, you don't have to join the Cutie Crew. I recommend it, but you can reach out to me on Instagram. I will give you my number. We can talk, but free yourself and tell your story. Like sis just said, we don't care if it's 10 years, 15, 20, 50. I had a young lady, I'll call her a young lady, that shared a story, and I'm sure it was 40, 50 years old in our members only live. And that's what we do. So we try to be a support, to let you know, number one, that you are not alone. But as I mentioned, feel free to reach out to me. I promise you, I have a good listening ear as well as advice and all of that. So, shout out to women, number one. But yeah, make sure that you are talking with your children. Let's try to nip it in the bud and try to catch some of this mess early when it comes to men or women. Sis, what you said as far as karma, what goes around comes back around. And, as you stated earlier, and as a couple of people in the comments said, a lot of these men, especially the ones that's been accused, have daughters. Diddy has twin daughters. Then he has another one that's 6 months older than the twins. Now he got this baby girl. Imagine if that happened to your children. They get up in life, men, and again, they feel like they are owners of women's bodies, and they feel like they can do whatever, and they can't. I don't know if I showed this the other day. I think I did, but I'm gonna bring up that clip of Diddy giving Cassie a look when Andre Leon Talley, everybody know, and may he rest in peace, that he was gay. Don't want no woman or nothing. But I want people to just take a look at. That's my little fat dog wanting to go out. I want people to take a look at what it looks like. Control. It's crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Red Ann, did you make it home yet?
I did.
Okay. You are right on time. While I look for this video of Diddy and while I let my little fat little dog out in the yard, go ahead and give us your thoughts on any of the topics that we've been discussing. And I'm gonna run and let the fur babies out.
Okay. Hey panel, how are you ladies doing? Um,
Hi.
hey. I feel like, if we think about,
Oh.
everything that's going on in the news now. Um, the artists are making, money, millions, billions, whatever. They always have a story. And their story is always how they grew up poor, um, you know, maybe from the projects, a not so good side of town. And they worked hard, they sacrificed, um, to get to where they're at now. And I feel like they have this mentality of, I don't want to be poor again. I know how that feels. I'm not going to go back to that. So when they get to a point where they start making money, they forget.
Come on, let's
They
go.
say they don't, but I feel like they forget. Um, they no longer are humble. They no longer come from those humble beginnings. They allow the greed of money to change them. And then they start to see, oh, okay, I have this money. Oh, I can make people do what I want them to do. So once they develop that mentality, nobody's really safe around them. Um, I believe that when they start to feel like anyone can be bought, everybody has a price, that's a scary thing. And that's somebody you really don't want to be around because nobody is off limits. And I think for so long, that's what's been happening in this industry where, you know, money is power. And now, they've just ruled with intimidation, yeah, money. Um, and at some point, we have to stand up and say enough is enough. And now, um, Cassie is at that point where, okay, she stood up. Um, and now the floodgates are opening. Um, but I just feel like a lot of these celebrities are being put on a pedal that they don't deserve. Um, and they have forgotten that they're at that point now because of little small people, like you and I and others who supported, their music, supported what they did. Um, but they've just gotten to the point where it's just it's all about me, what you're going to do to make me happy. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. It's what I want, and what are you going to do to make me happy and to stay in my good grace. you
Mm.
know and when you have somebody like that around you, they absolutely don't care about you, what you got going on, your life. You could be going through something so traumatic. They don't care as long as it doesn't interfere with what you got to do for them. And I feel like, yeah, the roost, the what do they say, the chickens have come home to roost or something like that.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Everybody, when you're climbing that ladder of success, you got to remember that you need to treat people with kindness. You need to truly love people and appreciate people, because if you don't, you're only going to be up there for so long. And when you start to come back down, those same people that you mistreated, you stepped on, you mishandled, you're going to have to see them coming back down. And I think a lot of them are coming back down, and they're wanting to just throw money out there, throw money out there. There may be some that will grab it, but there may be some that say, I want my story to be told.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Excellent points. Excellent point, Red. And you know what? I think when it comes to Cassie, as detailed, and for those of you that are Cutie Crew members, I did put the full um lawsuit, or what do you call it when they first presented? It's trending here, but I think that's why she was so detailed in that, to get it out there, because when it comes to this act out of
Hmm.
New York, it can only be
You talking
civil.
about discovery or something like that?
Discovery. Is that what it
Uh-huh.
was? Is that what that was? Discovery? Because
I,
discovery normally comes during a trial, correct or no?
mm, well, I think it may come, before the trial, because each attorney has to know what the other one has. So yeah, I'm assuming.
Did you mean transcript?
It wasn't a transcript. It was what her lawyer presented, for the case, and it was
Evidence,
35 pages.
exhibit?
No, because it didn't even get to that point. This is what they what they
I
used to
think it was
file. Just
discovery.
the
Yeah.
filing. Okay. Bravo Addiction said it's just the filing. Maybe it was just the filing.
Mm.
Um, maybe it was just the initial filing, but I think that that's why it was so detailed, because I think she knew that most likely a settlement was going to come. And for all of these cases that's under this act, this is only civil. What I'm hoping for something recent. And I'm not wishing on anybody's downfall, but I do think, okay, it was the deposition. Is that what it is? When they filed the first complaint to sue? Okay. I'm not looking for any of their downfalls and all of that, but I do know this. If this is something that they've gotten away with, it's something that they've continued. And if we have something where it's recent, then they can stand, they can file a criminal complaint. A criminal. Um, wasn't it just? Yes, Jacqueline. All of these that's under the New York Act, the only thing that they can sue for is a civil judgment. So they can't bring up criminal charges, because it was put into play for where the statute of limitations have run out. But I think that we definitely haven't seen the last of it. And It is what it is. I can't have, look, I saw people in the comments saying they like Aaron Hall music. I used to love Aaron Hall and Guy. That's my era. That's when I grew up. So, you know, yeah, listen to that. R.
Right.
Kelly from my
Right.
hometown. Loved R. Kelly. Naturally, it's several artists under Bad Boy that I absolutely love, but you have to be able to separate that. And, for them to have done the things that they've done, they need to pay the price, pay the piper, whatever you want to call it. Um,
Correct.
all right, let me see what MSYBBG. Depositions happen during discovery. Discovery happens after the initial pleadings. Plaintiff files a complaint. Defendant files an answer. Then you have discovery. Okay, so that was just the initial complaint. 35 pages. 35 pages.
And that's why he
And
settled.
again, that's why he settled.
That's why he settled, because he knew
Absolutely.
she was telling the truth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I even released what Joe Budden thought wasn't going. If you guys didn't see that, make sure to listen. Joe Budden refused to say
Mm-hmm.
publicly what he said on Patreon, and it leaked. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought that what he said was, spot on. But, bros before, you know what they say. And most times these
Mm-hmm.
men will just stick with each other, and it was straight BS, and a lot of them are quiet still because they don't know what's gonna happen. Now if Diddy get locked up like R. Kelly, mark my word, everybody gonna come out with their stories about Diddy. But as far as all these men, that's what I don't like. Like you said, sis, then they look at us. Even if they don't look at us, most times we are the ones, black women, on the front line when these men experience some type of uh, offense against them, at the hands of the police or whatever the case may be. We have marched and every damn thing else, but when something happens with us, they're quiet. We saw it firsthand with Meg the Stallion, and they still questioning her. That would have been career suicide for her just to make up something like that against Tory Lanez. Why? She was already on the rise. She was already gaining popularity. She was already making money. Why would she need to lie? So I have no pity. Like I said, it made me sick to my stomach. I still got parts of Cassie's that I have to go back and read, but I had to stop. That's how crazy it was. I had to stop, and I believe every word, every word. Um,
That's a form of tea.
hmm,
I said what she went through was literally a form of um orchard. But
absolutely.
tea and yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. For years. And
Years.
again, it was he used the intimidation factor. You want to get in this industry, nobody is going, if I tell
Mm-hmm.
them don't sign you, they not going to sign you. He signed her to a 10 album deal and then
Who's
never
ever gotten
made
10 albums under him though?
10 albums. Yeah. Then never
Right.
made a way for her to make 10 albums. Now, I must say, there was a song that I absolutely loved by Diddy and Cassie. It's called Must Be Love. And I can sing that song word for word. Used to keep it on replay back in the day. That's about the only
Mm,
thing that I can remember that Cassie did. And
I don't even
and he
remember
was in
that.
it. Yeah, he was in
He's
it.
in everything. He's in
Oh yeah.
every artist.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah. So I have no pity for him. I see you guys saying I did see the video of his twins with Kamora's son Kenzo. I could not believe that that was Kenzo. And I did see them dancing. Now I don't know if they're staying with Kamora because Kamora even somewhat called Diddy out after Cassie spoke. And she
Mm.
said something about you reap what you sow or something like that. So, I'm just wondering what he's saying to his kids. He's manipulating them. I can guarantee you. Everybody lying. This didn't happen. They want money. Naturally, he's not gonna tell them the truth. So, same thing that I feel about Martell Holt. Once these kids get old enough and they able to read and research and find out truths from what they were told, then it's gonna be reckoning day with them. It's gonna be reckoning. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
answer to your children. So
Mhm.
I think what we all can take from this, and it's gonna be more. We'll hear more. I don't know if I'm gonna keep talking about it, but like I said, because it's draining and it's triggering. Like Jackie just said, she said that she's been triggered since this hit the news, and she had to share with her son yesterday her experience. It never goes away. Full disclosure, she's 73 years old. So that just shows you this stays with you, and the feelings are just as raw as if it was yesterday. I thank God that I've never ever experienced anything like that, but I absolutely pray for anybody, each and every one of you that shared in this chat tonight, or your loved ones or friends or family members, anybody that's experienced this. Is never too late to tell your story. No judgment from me. I wouldn't care if you're
Mm-mm.
95 years old and it happened when you was 18. Tell your story. You know,
Right.
the more people
Never too late.
tell, right, and the more people tell, the quicker I think that we'll see an end to this. Now we're gonna end on this, and then since
Mhm.
it's a small panel, I'll go back to the top and ask each of you, and then we're gonna be up out of here. Um, BLS and Red and Sis, do you guys think that with this news that's coming out, with these lawsuits and all of that, do you think that this will make a change for, let's say, some of the men that were not sued but may have acted in this manner? Do you think that they will now change their ways, or do you think that if it's in them, it's in them, and as long as they don't get caught, they're gonna continue? Your thoughts, BLS? Final thoughts? Did BLS fall asleep on us, child? BLS?
Um,
Oh no, you know. I was gonna say,
I,
I was gonna say, did she take LaDawn's spot?
okay, or your spot red and no, I'm just
I'm here
see,
tonight.
well, it is that hour now,
I know we gonna.
but uh, I loved everything everybody had to say. I don't disagree with any of the perspectives given. A lot of rich content. And my final thoughts is that we need to do a better job of covering our our communities, um, and
Mhm,
that's every community that we touch. So not just the African American community, but that of course as well, but in our families, in our friend groups, um,
mhm,
work groups and all of that, because we ain't short of sight. And so you can clearly hear how far that, the people, even in the comments and on the panel, can see into what's happening based on, the lives that we've lived, already, or, just the life that we've experienced. And so we can lend more to um, the communities that we touch, and even the ones that we discuss here,
mhm.
just by keeping them covered, you know, in prayer. I mean, because everybody talking about it. But we better than that, especially with all of the wisdom and the insight and all that, you guys talk about, what you see and, what you experience. And so, this is not a your forum is not a space for just a bunch of ignorant folks to come. And it's
Mhm.
clear in how, far the women and the men see and how they speak about, the things that we talk about, just how deep they are. And so I
Mhm.
think we can use that for the greater good, by covering for those of us who pray to do that. But those are my final thoughts. And thank you for that.
You are welcome. And last question for you, BLS. And that's something that I'm so grateful for. I started this channel on a whim, but I get the most out of topics like this. Naturally, I love reality shows and hot topics, and I will continue to talk about them, but especially members only. We get deep, we get support, all of that. But I'm grateful to God that He's used this platform and used me in this manner where people feel like it's a safe space to free themselves at 73 years old, or mention like Aries 66, that she's a 52 year old survivor. You know what I mean? So I
Hmm.
just thank God. I really do. That it is what it is. And I think that if we have more of this that's public, YouTube, that reaches the masses, that more people will feel comfortable and again freeing themselves. But last question to you, BLS. Do you think that what's happened with Diddy, with Jamie Foxx, with Cuba Gooden Jr. and Axl Rose and all Marilyn Manson, all of these people, do you think that men will change? Do you think that if they've been practicing these disgusting behaviors, do you think that with them seeing this, that this will make them to think twice going forward? Or do you think that it's just in them?
I think for a large part, um, that is in them. I think for our Black men, as we can see um, how things happen to them in life, it's a jungle out here. And, a lot of them come from broken homes. Um, and that's not necessarily to say that there wasn't a mother and father there, but a lot of what happened in slavery, how they treated, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
just black folk, period. It was wild animal like. And so
Yeah.
family, they had one, but they were broken apart. And all of us, I think, at our core desire connection. And so I think that it's ignorance, and not in a disrespectful way, but just as a matter of fact, not knowing just how bad. And then when you get so far, you throw money on top of that, you throw liquor and drugs on top of it, and you just way out there, you gone. And so that's why I say, prayer is necessary. I don't think that at our core, that's who we are. But I think that our family structure has been fractured, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the residual effects of
Mm-hmm.
that. And, you can hear in the diversity of women that you have here, all of our home of origins may be different. And how we show
Mm-hmm.
up in this space reveals that. Like,
Yeah.
even though there's 1 in 4, of women, who've been sexually molested or raped or whatever, 1 in 4, it looks, our stories, the end result was the same, but how we got there was different. And so I just think that, that's what we're looking at. That's what we see when we see this happening. And so, it's not me blaming it on, the clear folks, because at the end of the day, they're, um, ultimately for me, I believe that I'm a believer. And
Yeah.
so anything that comes to me, I believe that it comes to the hand of God first. And so it's not me blaming, but I'm just giving words to
Mm-hmm.
what has potentially impacted, because it's self hate. Because when you love yourself, you can't do other people wrong. It just
That's
doesn't
true.
work like that. And so, like, we see male. And so people is like, how does she not know all this time? Well, to the pure, all things are pure. You don't run around thinking, oh, who's trying to do something to me? Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what she brought to the table. But then she got with that um clown and his home of origin. His life experience was something altogether different.
Yeah.
And so it's, yeah. And so that's, maybe I said too much and confused
No.
it, but I hope it made some sense.
No, you absolutely made sense. Absolutely. Yeah, maybe it's embedded, we don't know for sure, but maybe it's embedded in them. I'm
Yeah. I
hoping
mean, and
that
like Mel, she didn't grow up being jealous. She didn't grow up being, in a hostile place where she always felt like she was on guard. But
yeah.
it appears to me that she grew up in a pure, and not to say that anybody else's was impure, but I'm just talking about ideologically, like when
Mm-hmm.
you see how she deals with people, even though she had all of them snakes, coming for her, stab her in the back. We could see it a mile away, and she's like, hey, and she just wasn't even thinking like that because she
Yeah.
hadn't done anything to them. She hadn't fallen out with them. And
Right.
so, yeah. But anyway, to
Yeah. Upbringing could
the
definitely,
pure, all things are pure. And if
right.
we give away our purity because of how we have been impacted, then we let the violators, the rapists, the molesters,
Careful with the wording.
anybody.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I was
excuse
gonna
me.
say
I'm
be careful
sorry.
with the word. That's okay. That's
Okay,
okay.
thank you. If we give that away, then they're still winning.
Right.
And so for many of us as women, sometimes we get hard and we try not to be as sensitive or as soft.
Oh, excuse
Well,
me.
and I decided, oh, you ain't getting nothing else from me. And I am going to function and move in all of my femininity. And yes, of course, we go through things and we become wiser. And so I'm not going to let it make me hard. And that
Right.
when you hurt me and I want to cry, I'm going to cry because that's who
Mm,
I am and that's how I'm made, right? And
yeah.
yes, I've experienced some difficult things, but you're not getting that part of me. I'm still
Yeah.
going to be sensitive. And I think when we hold people responsible for if I give them my anger, then they feel justified in hurting me or doing whatever. But when I show up in my femininity and that really hurt me, and I
Mm,
just, lay it out there, now they holding that.
yeah.
But if I allow them to change me, then they've won again and they've taken far more from me, than real estate on my body or anything
Right.
else. But okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to shut up.
No, no. Excellent points. Thank you for that. It's a message that, we all, I think, need to hear. So, yeah, it's this whole thing about the soft girl era, which it shouldn't be an era, it should be period. A lot of us are strong not by our own choice, but because we have to. So those were excellent, excellent points. Thank you for that. I wanted to read Bravo real quickly. Bravo said he prevented her from progressing. So I know that you were speaking about Cassie and Bravo. I disagree. I think in her filing, if that's what it's called, she laid out everything where like, she progressed. She laid it out from beginning to end, and I do think that that's why he settled so quickly. So it really wasn't much to say. That was genius. And I forgot the clients that her attorneys represented before, but high powered attorneys, and they did the damn thing. They did the damn thing with that filing. Everything. Anytime it's 35 pages, she could have just came with something simple, a paragraph. 35 pages of what she went through. But great points, BLS. Thank you again. Let me read Jacqueline. Jacqueline said, Diddy settled quickly, not believing that anyone else would have the nerve to come for him, and they coming. I want to read. Melanated said, Jada's. Oh, and I'm glad you said this. Jealous Jada acting the same way Iman Shumpert acts with Tiana. She does the same thing with Will. I'm glad you said that because that's, and we'll have to talk about it another time. But I kind of got some of those vibes. And I think that, I don't want to say it's normal, but Will is such a big star, that I could see her feeling some type of way. So great point. And then Thame says celebrity pimping is a real commodity and they use endorsements to cash out. It's a lot of things that you guys said in the comment section that we will have to discuss next time for sure. And I made sure to star those so I can go back and look at them and we can have a discussion around those. But thanks again, BLS. All right, Red Ann, your final thoughts. Do you think that with these filings, do you think that any of these men will change? The ones that's been sued and the ones that may not have gotten caught. Entertainment industry.
Um, I'm gonna piggyback off of a little bit of what BLS said, and also the comment that Marsha has in the chat. Um, no, I think if they may just be a little bit more smarter with what they're doing. And it reminds me of when Melody said to Martell, oh, you're not trying to stop cheating, you're just trying to do it smarter so you don't get caught. And that's what all these celebrities are doing. Um, if these people weren't signing NDAs, they may have them signing NDAs now. They may not be able to, come around them with telephones, things like that, where they can record, take pictures. They're going to definitely be a lot smarter with it.
Mm-hmm.
They may slack off for until the heat goes down, until the heat dies down. Um, but then they'll be right back at it. They'll be right
Mm,
back at it because
mm,
it's a controlling, manipulative industry. And if you want to stay in control, you're going to continue to do what you need to do to keep them in line.
mm. All right. All right. Interesting. And I agree. Don't get me wrong. A hard head makes a soft arse. And most times people just feel like they are above it. This can't happen to me.
Oh
But
yeah.
I would think if you had this powerful man such as Diddy, I'm surprised Diddy, and maybe he will, hasn't joined Russell Simmons on over there in Bali.
Mm,
Russell fled the country when charges were
mm,
brought up about him.
mm.
You guys, somebody was putting it in the chat. I believe you guys said her name was Drew Scott. That's the one that brought up charges against Russell Simmons. And I'm definitely going to make sure to do a little research and read it. But yeah, I would think, but men, a lot of them, and this is not all men, so let me make that clear.
Right.
They don't think like us. If I see somebody that then did some shit that I knew I was doing, I'm stopping immediately. But as I said, the cooch sometimes can ruin, not can, has ruined many a man. Many a men. You got old Bill Clinton, and I love Bill Clinton, right there in the White House. You know,
Yep.
sex related.
But also, we need to look at, we're upset at how these celebrities are treating the women. Um, but look at how the government is allowing women to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're just constantly fighting. We have to keep our head on a swivel, because it's
Yeah.
coming from every direction. Coming from every
Mhm.
direction.
Yeah.
You know. I just feel like if you don't bleed, you shouldn't have anything to say about what I do with my body.
Period. Period. Totally agree.
Yep. But
Great point.
that's a conversation for another night.
I was gonna say that I got on my board about the prosperity preachers. We want to talk about that. These mega pastors. And yeah, we can talk about that as well. They controlling whether you can or can't. As far as the AD word, even if you were SA'd, it's a bit much. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
we'll discuss for sure. I'm gonna bring back the topic boards too for members only. I got so much. I'm so mad, and I'm not gonna go on my tangent. But this week was supposed to be my week of revamping. Doing some things as far as my channel and creating, finishing off a new intro and outro and the style. I haven't been able to do anything, but that's another day as well. But yeah, and I got a lot planned for members only as well. So just stick with me, cutie crew. I promise you, I'm trying. If I wasn't going through this personal stuff at home and preparing to move, it's a lot. It's a whole lot, but I do enjoy our time. But thank you, Red Ann. Sis, are we gonna go? Yes, Claudia. Not only men, but clear the majority. Absolutely. Yeah, we can definitely talk about the government, child. We'll have to do that in members only, though. Um, but sis, go ahead and take us home. Do you think any of these men will think twice? Will they change, or will we continue to be subjected to them feeling like they can do whatever to us and our bodies?
I honestly don't think they will change because who they are is who they are.
Mhm.
Just like a cheater, once he get caught, he just gets smarter at how to do it going forward.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I think that they will just probably be a little bit more um, cognizant of their surroundings and how they do things. But I
Mhm.
don't think that because a lot of these people think that they are untouchable. And, you would have thought they would have learned with the whole R. Kelly situation.
Mhm.
Did that stop? No. A lot of them just got a little bit smarter at how they do it. So I don't think they'll change. But what I do hope and pray for is that as women, a
Yeah.
lot of us are using this opportunity to talk to our nieces, our daughters, and our
Mhm.
sons and nephews and help shed light on the situation so that they can see, if it happened to this person, it could possibly happen to you if you are putting yourself in these types of environments. And then we also need to take the mindset of this is not only happening in Hollywood, it's happening right on our block. It's happening in homes of people that we know of, and it's just not being spoken about. So we need to take the opportunity and look at it on a more of a local level and understand that
That's
these
right.
things are happening not only in Hollywood. These things are happening to kids that our children go to school with and friends of
Mhm.
our children, and some our own nieces and nephews, unfortunately. So these are conversations that we need to start having in the household with our kids and bring this stuff to the forefront so they can see if a person is inappropriately saying things to you or touching you in a way. This is not something that is okay. Make them kids feel safe enough to share that with you as being their parent. Or, my nephews will share stuff with me that they won't even share with my brother. So you just make yourself um, open and available to them to be able to talk to you and feel comfortable enough about sharing this stuff, because unfortunately, so many of us as women were violated in our younger years, but we just didn't feel comfortable enough to share it, with people because it just wasn't talked about. We just came up
Yeah.
in a culture to where things were swept under the rug.
Hmm.
Excuse me. And a lot of these conversations were not being had. So, as being a survivor of something like this should definitely be your way of trying to help another woman, another girl or boy not have to experience what it was that you went through, and telling them, the signs and things to look for. Just have open dialogue about it. Don't be afraid of not letting them see what's going on in these streets about this Diddy case, and talk to them about this and show them, like, this was a 19-year-old girl. And, I
Right.
hate to see these young girls with these older men, because in my mind, it just screams that she's being taken
Uh-huh.
advantage of. Because
Mhm.
what sick-minded man in your 40s and 50s would have any liking for a 19-year-old girl that could be your daughter? That's like a sick, twisted mind frame to me. And
Mhm.
so, because what can she do for you? So you're grooming her. You have the opportunity to
What it
groom
is.
and misuse her and pass her around amongst your friends. Like, that's some sick stuff. So I really just wish that we just find it in our heart to make sure we're sharing this with our girls. And I wish there were more community leaders that could tap into these boys while they are young, because we talk to girls all the time. Like, we talk to them, we tell them, like, just dress appropriately, so and what you wear should not be a cause for you to be violated. But just
Mhm.
as a girl, some of the things should be left to the imagination. We don't
That's
want to
right.
give people a reason to look at us as if we are a thought, as they call it. Some
Mhm.
things should be whatever happened to, being classy. And, you can be very beautiful and sexy and be fully dressed, and you don't have to expose your body. And, there are perverts out here, and you don't want to attract the wrong thing. So some things should be a conscious decision that it's just not okay for you to do. But I do wish it was more community leaders that would tap into the boys, because there is a gap there. We talk to the girls all day long, but nobody is tapping into these boys and saying that it's not okay for you to violate a girl. No means no. If she's not
That's right.
interested in you, she don't have to be interested in you. You can't force her to do things, because it's so sad. But this stuff is happening as young as these kids are in middle school age, and DV is happening in the schools to
Mhm.
these young kids and these teenagers. And we need to start having these conversations with them and getting some more mentors, because as women, we can talk to the boys, but we can't really get through to the boys. So we need some strong community leaders of men that can get
Yeah.
with these boys and pull them at a young age. So I just wish we could see more of men rallying for the boys and for each other. And then also, as a man, start holding each other accountable, because I know so
There
many
you
men
go.
who have friends that are violating their women and they don't even say anything.
Say
But
nothing.
as women, we hold each other accountable. I'll tell my friends, like, girl, you were wrong. Now, that wasn't right. You shouldn't be doing that, or you shouldn't have said that. But these men will not hold their guys accountable. You will see this man slap this woman in public, and you won't say nothing. You
Yeah.
will sit there and think that it's okay. Like, what makes that behavior okay in the eyes of another man? Call that man out on his BS. Like, that's why they continue to run this cycle, because y'all are making it okay. You're not
Mhm.
calling them out when they're wrong. So I wish we could just see more of that. So sadly, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to stop, because this is an age old, century old thing that's been going on since our ancestors. and
So
they just get they just get smarter at how to do it. But
yeah.
we just all collectively, it takes a village. It really do take a village. And to women, surround yourself with some good sister friends and rally around each other, support each other, and don't be so quick to look down on each other and call women liars when they come out and tell their
Mm,
stories. Think deeper than this. It don't just keep saying, "Oh, it's a money grab." But why would you're saying that it was a money grab for Cassie to come out and ask for money if she was violated. But did you stop to think, well, why did he pay it? Because I'm not paying no
period.
penny for nothing if I know I'm innocent. To
Period.
me, that screams guilt.
Yep.
So why don't you point the finger at him and say, well, if you feel like it was a money grab, why would you pay it?
Wow.
I'm not gonna pay nobody no money just to shut you up about some stuff that I know is not right. We gonna fight this.
And
That
you know
part.
what, sis?
Thank you.
When it comes to that, not only if he wasn't guilty, he wouldn't have paid, but the money that he has compared to her, if he would have fought it, she wouldn't even have had the money to
To
continue on in
continue.
a
Right.
trial against him. You know,
Right.
Hmm.
he has the means and the resources where he could have fought this with high powered lawyers, and she would have been bankrupt, no money, broke, trying
Hmm.
to fight this. So yeah, he was guilty. He was guilty.
He
And
don't
you're
know
right.
what she had. He don't know what evidence she had.
Oh
And that's
yeah.
what scared him.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
thing about it is, the good part about it is, even though he may have paid this and thought that it went away, what he can never take away is that the seed was planted. Everybody
Right.
That's
had the opportunity to put their eyes on this 35-page
that's
document,
right.
and it has been
Exactly.
Yeah.
screenshotted and it has been shared, and all of this stuff, all of these vile things he did for her has been in the eyes and hands of everybody. Once it was released, that was it. So he had a better chance at trying to fight it in court. He would have looked better trying
Yep.
to fight it in court opposed to paying her off. That
Mhm.
screamed guilt.
Absolutely.
And his
And
daughters
if
are
you
gonna see that.
oh yeah, his
Hmm.
daughters, his sons, and I heard real quickly, I heard that Misa, Justin's mother, his first child's mother, I heard that she put in on this suit under Jane Doe. So,
Mm.
I guess time will tell. But they
Mm.
I
said that
wouldn't
she
be
put it.
surprised. I wouldn't be
Uh-huh.
surprised. I
Yep.
really think that, Cassie's brave, and to me, that was brave.
Yes,
Because
it was.
if you read the type of things that this man did to this girl, you would have thought that she would have been too scared to say something. So that meant I mean, that was brave. She opened the door for everybody else. And then for the women who are saying, I hate the fact that she just took the money and didn't take him to court because you just took away the voice of other women who have been sexual assaulted. No, she did not, because it's
Mm,
up to you to tell your story. It's not up to Cassie to carry this for every single person that may
right.
have been violated. You open your mouth and you tell your story. Cassie
That's
did what
right.
was best for her. She did it the way that best fit her. And what she did do was start the movement. And if
That's
There you
you
go.
don't get in on the movement, that's your fault, not Cassie's fault.
right.
So now it should be, because it's being talked about all over the world. Share
Mm-hmm.
your story. Tell your truth to somebody. Tell your truth, because if you're holding it in, it only festers. And every time something like
Right.
this comes up, it comes again. We tend to think that we can black these things out and just forget about it and act like it never had happened. But when we see stuff like this, it triggers it. It opens that womb up all over
Hmm.
again. So if you
Yeah.
can find the strength somewhere to at least talk about it and
Mm.
let it out and start to get that relief, then you can be on your path to healing. But I applaud Cassie for being brave enough to open the door,
Absolutely.
because she opened the door and now look at what's happening,
And got
Yep.
paid.
Yeah.
and got paid.
And got paid for her pain. Okay. But yeah, I feel like it was bravery too. But we know it took years for her to even get to the point of showing this bravery. And a lot of people online was saying exactly what you just said. For the people that was saying that, oh my God, she settled and now what? Speak up. That's what's now. Speak up. If it happened to you, speak up. She don't, she didn't have to carry everybody on her back. She kicked that door open and there you go. So shout out to the rest of the women that's come out and spoken up and
Mhm.
filed suit, not only against Diddy, against everybody. I hate that, naturally we're gonna talk about the black men because we're black. And there were some other races and all of that was a part of this. But yeah, we shouldn't even have to have discussions like this. So this is what Cassie has done as well. We got women in this chat that's saying that it's triggering, but I had a conversation with my son. It's triggering, but I'm 52. I'm a 52-year survivor. That's a blessing. And that's all due to this discussion is due to Cassie even opening the door for this. So I think she's done a wonderful thing. I'm proud of her. I'm glad that she's freed herself as much as
Mhm.
she can, but those scars will never go away, no matter how much he settled with her for. That just is not going to automatically erase everything that she know that she went through. You know what I mean? I can deal with it a little better on a private island that I just bought, or you know what I'm saying? That makes things like that a
Mhm.
little better. But the memories will never ever go away. That's a lifelong sentence for anybody that's been through something like
Yeah.
this. It's a
Mhm.
lifelong sentence. But what Tyra said, Tyra said, share your testimonies. You could be saving a life. You
Right.
absolutely could be saving a life, and you could possibly be saving your own, because some people struggle with things like this and they never free themselves, and God forbid anything could happen. Like you said, sis, sometimes it can fester
Mhm.
into other things, drug usage, prostitution, just countless of things. So
Right.
I'm grateful to Cassie, because not only on this
Mhm.
channel, it is so many channels that I've seen on YouTube, not only in this sector, but other sectors as well, where she's opened up a discussion. And I think we need to keep talking. The more we continue to talk, I doubt, like you guys said, if this will ever stop. Because like you said, sis, with cheaters, they just find a better way of doing this. So I think in this case, they'll find a better way where it's NDAs. You got to sign an NDA before I even deal with you, or you got to leave your phone at home. Sick people just find ways to remain
Mhm.
sick. So,
Right.
but this was excellent, excellent
Hey, Chit
discussion. I
Chat.
promise you guys. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I think Laundry Day. I think Pink Table Topics said that it was a good question in the comments. She had a
Oh,
question about
thank
why,
you.
yeah, why did Cassie come out now,
Let
and
me
what was,
find
yeah,
it.
what was going on
Okay,
behind the scenes
Laundry
toward the bottom.
Day. Thank you for that, Red Ann, and thank you, sis. Let's see. Laundry Day. I have a question. What made Cassie come out now? What was going on behind the scenes that made her say she was ready to tell her story? Well, I don't know. I don't think any of us would really know. But I do believe that, excuse me, with that act, and I'll get the proper name. It is the New York Survivors Act. Hold on.
I think it's Adult Survivors Act or something like
Adult,
that.
it is, adults is in that. Yep. Hold on. The correct name is, come on, New York Adult Survivors Act. So, Laundry Day, unless we're in their inner circle, I don't think we would ever know what made her come out now, but thank God that she did. What could have been going on behind the scenes is, I do think, me personally, again, I don't know, but I think that she got some type of strength and courage and felt secure and protected by her husband. And I think that that could be a reason why she chose to come out and not only tell her story through the lawsuit, but, you know, file those charges. But again, no matter the reason for me, and if you have something to say behind that, I'll definitely wait before I end the live. No matter the reason, I'm glad that she did. And I'm sure that, again, she's going to carry this with her for life, but I can guarantee you she feels much lighter, especially with all of the other women. Speaking of Puffy in general, all the other women that's coming out. We had the young lady that gave Tasha K an interview probably a year ago. It didn't make any noise at all. And she said some of the same things that Cassie said. We got Diddy's bodyguard that said that Cassie's story in that lawsuit was Kim's book that she was writing. Basically the same thing. So, whatever her reason was, thank God. Thank God. We don't know for sure, but thank God that she was brave enough to finally say something. So, that's my thoughts on that. But that was a very, very good question. And, maybe next time, you know, I don't see too many people in the chat, but if you feel differently, if you feel like these women should not be rewarded civilly and it's too late and all of that, I'm open for the discussion. We respect all opinions, all opinions. But I thank you guys. I am so glad I decided to come live. We are at 2 hours and 51 minutes, and I had every intention on ending at an hour and 30. I always do it. We always do it. Um, Okay, lady laundry day. I'm gonna read your response. We always do it, and I love it. This was an excellent discussion. I did put the SA hotline on the screen. If anybody wants to reach out, if you don't want to speak to somebody on a hotline, please feel free to reach out to me. I am on Instagram under Chit Chat with QT. I also have the DV hotline. So if you're experiencing anything, reach out. As we have said throughout the night, free yourself. And you can possibly not only save your life, but somebody else's. All right, laundry day. You said, I think the way Cassie handled it beautifully. The release of the 35-page complaint gave Diddy no way to spin it. This is not just a reputation buster for him, but his money and business. Now, I can tell you one thing, that's the best way to end this off tonight because I totally agree. There was no, and that's why he settled so quickly. He couldn't spin it. He couldn't come back and say, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. Could you imagine them trying to counter everything that she said? And it was so detailed for me that it had to have happened. Had to have happened. And you're right. He will forever get the side eye. As far as businesses, a lot of people are already pulling out. We haven't even seen what's to come. They said that he had just donated $1 million. Was it to Howard? I think Joe Budden or somebody said that on the sly.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they feel like he did that because he knew something was coming down the pipeline. Arrogance is what got Diddy in what he's in right now today. Because he could have settled before she even went to court. Because out of his own mouth, he said that she had been, and I don't believe it. I think he was just trying to make her look crazy, but he said that she was trying to get money out of him before. If that's the case and he didn't do it, he definitely gets what I call the dummy ass award because that 35-page complaints, that's it. Our first thought now, when anybody says Diddy, will be this. And I'm sorry, he deserves it. I believe it. I believe it. So thank you guys again. Thank you to the panel. We had BLS, we had Charlene, we got Pink Table Topics, and we got Red Ann. Thank you guys for joining me up on the panel for this awesome discussion
Mm-hmm.
tonight. I appreciate it. All the words of wisdom. You ladies rock. And thank you to the chat. Thank you to the cutie mods for holding it down. Thank you for the cutie crew that's in the chat. We will most likely be live Sunday evening so we can discuss love and marriage Huntsville. And then we'll have some power hours and all of that. Monday is the anniversary of my mom's death. So I think I'm just going to be somewhere. I don't know. But thank you guys so much again for the well wishes. I'm going to continue to work on this poll.
Yes.
I'm giving it until Sunday, and if it's not gone completely, I'm gonna go ahead and take my butt in. And but I feel much better. So I just think it's lingering. But sis, enjoy your shopping excursion tomorrow. Red
Yes,
Ann, I hope
ma'am.
you have a great. I meant to ask you, are you going to? I don't want to say this city, but it starts with K. Is that the
Yes,
outlet?
that's exactly.
Okay.
Yes, that's where I'm going because I will be in Chicago next weekend for my birthday. My birthday is next Friday. So I
What?
will be in the Shy for three
Girl,
days.
ah, girl, you know you should have told me. I probably would have flown in, child.
I will be in the Shy kicking it. We're going to see the Wiz in
Oh,
Chicago. Yes,
nice. Well, happy birthday to you, sis. And I know you're
Happy
thank
gonna have
you.
a
birthday.
ball.
Thank you.
I know you're gonna have a ball. What's the actual day?
December 1st.
December 1st.
Hey.
Yes,
All right,
Sagittarius in the house.
there you go. Now look,
Well, turn well, turn up a drink for me.
I may have to,
And I
and I may have
shall.
to put this. Look, I may have to put this in the DM. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you exactly what you sent me, sis. Sad eye, sad eye, sad eye. Happy,
Safe
happy
travels.
birthday.
Safe travels.
Enjoy yourself. Be safe. And yeah, we're gonna plan something for after the first of the year. After I get moved, and once that summertime shy weather hit, I'm trying to organize something. Where I'm planning something at my nephew's home. He lives in the suburbs of Chicago. I done took over, child. So yeah, I'll be there next summer for sure. Hopefully we can see each other. But
Absolutely.
yes, but all right, guys.
Good
Thank
night.
you, Girlfriend Chronicles. Thank you, Red, and thank you, sis, again. Thank you again to the cutie moms, to the cutie crew in the chat. Thank you to the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I did see a couple new names. And yeah, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I'm a log off and go ahead and make me a hottie toddy and take a hot bath and try to sweat this mess out. But again, love each and every one of you. I hope you guys have a great night. And I hate that I gotta play this generic music. I'm still trying to get my other intro and outro approved. But have a great night, guys. I know it is. Oh, it's not. I was about to say it's Saturday, but the time went back. It is 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central, 9:30 my time. Thank you guys for taking some time out on your Friday to kick it with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving with your friends and family and all of that good stuff. So have a good night, and I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. what they say. Then what makes love exception? So why oh why
All right, now that's my song as well. It's not my little theme music, but I love it. Yes, shout out again to Melody Cherie with that hot video, okay? That got us all looking at the actor thinking that that's her man, child. I just think it was great chemistry, but I really enjoyed the video. She did the damn thing. Thank you again, guys. And I'm gone for real this time. Look at the comments. What I misread, Ann? Lord have mercy. Oh no. Oh my goodness. So sorry. Let me go to Neva's comment. Thank you, Red Ann. Oh. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's make sure that we offer our prayers and condolences to the Rogers family. Miss Van lost her sister. So if you guys can go over to Miss Van's Instagram page, and I'm going to, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. VRT 2019. Go over to Miss Van's page and drop some words of encouragement and prayers to the family. You know, it is so hard to lose anybody, period. But around the holidays, it's extremely hard. So thank you again, Red Ann, for pointing out Neva Smith's comments. And I'm definitely offering my prayers and condolences to Miss Van, to Mel, and to the Rogers family. So sorry for their loss. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Kelly. I hope so too. It was a great conversation. Good night, Linda Gamble. Juan Davis. Okay. All right. Yes. Happy birthday in advance to Sis. December 1st. Sagittarius is in the building. And yes, I'm going to go doctor this cold. But thank you guys again. Love each and every one of you. Have a good night. Bye.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what makes love exception? So why oh why You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what makes love exception? So why oh why